Okay, so this video is a completely different video that I never have done on the channel of this second channel that you guys are watching. And by the way, subscribe to my main channel. It's in the link in the description here. But first and foremost, as you can see here, I finally have my own better arm stand for my own setup of my own desk here. I really wanted to kind of clear this out. I was originally about to put this in as a short on YouTube, but it didn't work as it plans to be because I had to do it for the New Year's and all that, and I decided, like, you know what, I might as well make it a clear note that the ultimate battle that we are in, based on the world how it is not over yet. So yeah, that's basically what I had to say from there. With the stuff that has happened with the final season of Stranger Things. Yes, we're talking about Stranger Things here, and there's a debate that has happened among a lot of fans that are half of the fan base, I would say half of the fan base that are not true fans, by the way, because I won't consider them as true fans, are complaining about how the final season is. And this is what really pisses me the fuck off. And there's reasons beyond that where I'm going to get into soon, because it's really it's something. I have it right here on the second monitor, but I'm just looking at my own, camera right here. But man, you guys are literally not true fans of anything. I don't really care if your own opinion is such a big old wannabe complaint, and it's really starting to really fucking tired. This rant, to me, is going to be the rant I will never forget, and we're already in 2 days. Like, seriously, as soon as this video goes up, it's already 2 days within 2026. And the way I'm able to describe this is that the finale of Stranger Things the series finale of Stranger Things has ended at the end of last year, 2025. And a lot of people were complaining about how the final 8 episodes of the entirety of the show went through. Was terrible, was not great by any means. You guys are just absolutely fucking dumb to the spect of a goldfish, dude. Not even a goldfish, to a rock. Like, not the rock Dwayne Johnson. That's not who I'm referring to. I meant a literal rock. Seriously, like a full-on bedrock to that extent. And the reason why I'm complaining about this hurts me so much to do, and there's reasons why it's so short, but I'm going to do it as best as I can, because there's this one YouTuber that everybody should know who has seen the final season of Stranger Things, and the big major thing that they said, based on what I looked at here, that I just witnessed, is that the half of the fan base, including that YouTuber, are complaining about the way how the ending of everything, of all the characters that we love, how it ended was, in our mind, is terrible. And they're complaining and comparing the level of trash level wise to a season, the final season to be exact, from Game of Thrones. And man, you guys are absolutely out of your guys' mind. And you guys literally just don't understand about a story. storytelling. And even freaking, whatchamacallit, the way how the story was structured and how it goes. You guys literally really want to make the true fans of who we have within, based on whatever what fandom it is, pissed off. Like, I don't really fucking care. For those who has never watched the show, just doesn't understand about the past seasons of Stranger Things. And the major issue that I'm seeing is that y'all just don't understand what Ross Duffer and Matt Duffer were trying to achieve. Okay? This is something that I wanted to show here. Let me just pause this real quick and then show you guys what I mean. Alright, so as you can see here, yeah. This is not a big surprise of a YouTuber that I don't really want to disrespect him. I don't want to disrespect him by all means. Everything that he does, Moist Critical, Penguin Zero, or Charlie, wherever you want to call him, but it's still Charlie, regardless how it goes, you know, because, you know, that's funny, because I'm Charles, and I have the nickname Charlie, which you can't have two Charleses in the same crime. But, he complained, including a couple of videos that I watched. I'm starting to lose respect to this person by any means, because I thought that he understands what the Duffer Brothers were trying to tell, and it's really, it's stupid. I mean it seriously. It's stupid. And what he complains about here is comparing the two series finales, which is Stranger Things and Game of Thrones. And what he's trying to compare it to is similar to how Game of Thrones went, and it went trashed. And what I'm seeing here doesn't make any sense. And what I've been seeing here is that there's a couple of people who were asking about questions that are left with plot holes that seemingly, you know, is there. Like this, for example, another question I had that other people have been asking is, once they get to the abyss, where all of the creatures, the demo dogs, the demogorgons, the demo bats, are they hiding? And then he had to answer. Matt Duffer himself had to answer this. Honestly, sorry for the little hesitant. And then right to about a couple of few minutes in, probably right around here, there's more stuff that I have to get through. This is just diabolical. This is what he pulled up on his own behalf. I saw this from the number, blah, 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 blah. You can read this on your guys' own if you want to pause it and want to read it. And then get to if we get to this part, that's another one. And then the final one, you could just do that as well. And yeah, that's really what I got from here. This is just I watched most of the entirety of the video, and it's not the greatest one that he has ever done, honestly. And now, what does this all mean? The way he says, it's diabolical. I'm sorry to say this, it's really diabolical to me. It doesn't make any sense for why people keep on comparing it to, or for the final episode of Stranger Things, or the final season of itself, comparing it towards Game of Thrones is absolutely diabolical. I'm like, put it this way, I'm glad I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I respect the books. I respect the characters, like the fictional characters that's within it. I respect the actors that plays those characters when it was strong for the rest, for most of the entirety of the show. but yet at the very end it felt flat. Because this is an answer that nobody didn't even think about. This is what really pisses me off here. If for some reason Matt and Ross Duffer left after season 4 and never directs ever again, and you get a different director, I'm going to say, and ends up coming in for the final season, it starts making some even Riverdale. I forgot about Riverdale. Riverdale sucks. I'm sorry. Riverdale and Game of Thrones kind of type style, it would have ruined the entire show for me as a whole if they got replaced with a different director for the final season. And it's just it doesn't do it for me. Like if they went down for that route and made it trashed, like, it's so stupid. And not only that, what makes it even more diabolical is that they tried their best. It's not perfect. They tried their best to give it out to the real fans who watched all the episodes, and even the first shadow. Yes, the first shadow that is like tying in to Stranger Things. Those people who watched the show from the very beginning all the way to season 5, and I'm one of those people, it's still great. And by the way, the people who watched and grown up with the show, who used to be kids, just like Dustin, Lucas, Mike, and Will, the actors who the original party, including 11 too, they're all grown up. They're now adults. And I'm just barely almost done being as an 18-year-old, moving on to 19 years old. And it's like, this is the shit this is why I just don't like critics for a lot of reasons, because I really just don't give a shit about the critics. I don't care about the critics. Honestly, it's really sad for me to say it, for those who may not agree with me, to be honest. It's just that you guys don't really understand shit that has to exist. And honestly, if you really think about it, Stranger Things is a show that I will never forget. And after watching the finale, it made my heart sink. I don't care if the military didn't even, like, I don't know if they got arrested or some shit like that, or they just decided, like, you know what, it's over, we lost 11, let's just head on out of here, you know, there's no point of being here. Just leave it at that. Like, honestly, like, no matter what you think about, just leave it at that. And the one thing here is that don't listen to anybody, especially, you know, Moist Critical, talking about this shit. That's their, put it this way, I respect him as a content creator by all means. I'm not like a full-on hater onto him at all. I'm just not a fan of him, but I respect him as a creator. But one thing I will not respect is the way how he made the videos on this entire season as a whole, because that's just you know, ruins the experience to so much of the crap that people really want to see, that is good, not crap, not shit, not garbage, like what Game of Thrones did, or even the fucking Riverdale. Like, if you want to put in that specific, if you want to put that in that perspective, like I was saying, Riverdale is ass. Like, I'm sorry, like, Riverdale doesn't do it for me. Same thing with Game of Thrones of itself, it doesn't do it for me. But I will still respect the actors who played on those shows, no matter what, because, you know, it wasn't perfect. They tried their best, you know. It's not their fault. It's not you know, the only thing I would say what it could be the fault is having someone else to be in as the director of something, and they screwed things over. That's the only thing I would say. Same thing with writers too of books. Same thing with content creators. It's literally nothing new. And I know this video is gonna be fucking like now 15 minutes long, but this is something I want to really show. Like this is just plain diabolical here. This is the stuff I just don't want to see ever again, honestly. Even though I'm still continuing to see it, it's just like, why bother? Like, you people is your own opinion and respect of the boundary of what you think. That's all I can say from here. I really don't care about that shit anymore. All I can say here is, like, this is the most dumbest argument that I ever seen. This is why fallacies, like I said, based on the videos from the couple of videos in the past, within last month, last year, that's why fallacies exist, because that is a bad argument. To my own opinion, that is a bad argument. I mean, it's like close, it's convincing, but it's not. No, it doesn't do it for me. So, again, like I said, don't listen to your heroes. Like everybody is saying, don't listen to your heroes. Don't listen to your heroes, what they had to say. That's their own shit. Okay? That's their own shit. What they have to say is what they have to say. But again, Stranger Things, for the most majority of the people who watched that show ever since season 1, 2016, whoever they were, 9 to 12 years old. Hell, even the ones who were teenagers are now like full-on grown adults who managed to watch the show. And it's like, come on, y'all. Other than that, that's the rant I have to do. It's basically kind of the similar time parameter as his video in comparison. So, again, this is just a rant I had to put out. This is something that has to be done. This is something that needs to be addressed, and I may start combating these arguments from this point forward, and start to sacrifice myself to do so. Either way, that's all I can say from here. And again, don't let this ruin it to you. For those who watch the stuff that they watched ever since as a little kid, and a good example of that is SMG4. Like, I used to be I am one of the OGs of his work, you know. But ever since he got retired, you know, he's now focusing more to Glitch Productions. But that's another topic for another day. Or another story for another day. But that is pretty much it. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, please consider subscribing to my channel, of this second channel. And if you really want to subscribe to my main channel, you can go right ahead and see it within the link in the description. Other than that, I'm done from here. And as always, stay fresh, stay safe, watch your surroundings, and stay educated, ladies and gentlemen.